there, this is Kristine Reynolds from the Rubber Cafe design team, and today I'm going to show you how I made this cute little I Love You More Than Coffee fancy fold card using supplies from the Rubber Cafe February Creative Cafe card kit, Tea for Two, and the available add-on stamp set Coffee Break. I just love the way this little card opens to reveal this wonderfully embossed sentiment, and you can't smell it on the video, but that is coffee-scented embossing powder, and that comes with this month's kit. So again, such a cute little adorable fancy fold card, and I'm going to show you how we're going to make it. From the kit, you will need the following supplies. You will want to take out this spoon and little coffee cup from the chipboard that comes with your kit. The Basil Basic rhinestones that come with your kit we'll be using for today. This wonderful coffee-scented embossing powder, which comes with this month's kit. We'll be using the rust and yellow seam binding ribbon. We'll be using a couple of pieces of paper from the Carta Bella paper pack. And of course we'll be using this really cute coffee stamp set. Again, it's called Coffee Break, and it's available as an add-on with the February set. And then you'll need the dark brown, cream, and the yellow dotted paper that comes with this month's kit. And then supplies that will be helpful that do not come with the kit is some type of score pal or something to score your card with, a die cut machine such as a Big Shot, a Cuttlebug, a Grand Caliber, whatever you use. In addition to that, we will be using, of course, the basics, your cutting tool, your Rubber Cafe Scrap Happy glue, some classic circle and classic scallop circle dies. I'm using spellbinders. We're also going to use some Versamark ink, some Memento black ink, and a pair of scissors. So really pretty basic supplies to make today's card. Alright, let's get started. To begin, you're going to get a piece of your dark brown basil cardstock, and you're going to cut it in half lengthwise to create an 11 by 4 1/4 panel of paper, and this will serve as your card base. And we're going to score this piece of paper at 4 1/2 and at, 4 1/4. That's not going to work. Luckily I have another one already scored over here, so we'll just pretend like I'm doing this correctly. 4 1/4 is where we're going to score that one, and 8 1/2. Okay? 4 1/4 and 8 1/2. And what that will do is create the base for our fancy fold card. You can already start to see it come alive. Alright. Next, we are going to cut the circle that you see in the card. But in order to do that, you first need to know how large of a circle you need. And in order to figure that out, you need to know what size your largest scallop is going to be on your card. So that large scallop is my yellow scallop. And I've already determined that this scallop fits perfectly inside that circle. So that's how you determine what circle to use. Whatever image you're going to use on the top, the largest size is going to have to fit in that circle. So once we've determined that, we're going to cut the circle into our card. I'm going to put the shorter side towards the top, and we're going to place the circle die pretty much right in the middle, so it's even from here to here and then even from here to here. So we're going to cut that circle right down the middle. Pop that out, and then you can see that's how it's going to fold. And if we have the scallop there, we know that it will fold over the top of the scallop, and that's what's important for this card. Alright. Next step is to do this front base, and I'm going to use some pieces that I already put together to demonstrate, so it'll be a little bit faster. So you can see the front piece here. Basically, I started by cutting a piece of orange cardstock, and that orange cardstock came out of the Cartabella paper pack. I cut that 4x4, and then the flowered cardstock also came out of the Cartabella paper pad, and it's just a tiny bit smaller. It's about 3 7/8 by 3 7/8. You can tell I just took a 4x4 and just trimmed the edges a little bit so it would frame that nicely. Then I took a very thin strip of yellow paper, again out of the paper pack, the Cartabella paper pack, and I put that across, and then I put little rhinestones on there. And then the coffee cup that goes in the center there is a piece of chipboard, and I covered it with paper. And all I did to do that was just take my Scrap Happy glue, and I just glued the chipboard and then laid it flat on the pattern paper, and I allowed that to dry. And once it dried, I just trimmed around the edges, and I took a little cutter and cut inside and created that piece. And then we can tack this down with some Scrap Happy glue. I got a little heavy on the glue there. Alright, we're going to spread that around with my finger because that's a little heavy on the glue. Okay, and then just place that right there. So that's our front panel of the card, and I'm just going to glue that right down to the front here. Okay. And while that's drying, we can create the inside panel. The inside panel is very similar. We're going to cut a 4x4 piece of cardstock out of the dotted basil cardstock, and then a slightly smaller cream panel. And then I used my Versamark ink to stamp the coffee stains and the sentiment, and then heat embossed it with the scented coffee embossing powder that comes with your kit to get that look. And then very simply we're going to glue that onto there, and then I'm going to bring this back over, flip it open, and that's going to go right in there. Okay. So that's how much we have so far. Okay, next step is to build the lady panel. So basically I've already done the hard, well, not the hard part, but the part that takes a while. I've already stamped this cute little lady drinking her coffee on a die cut panel of the cream paper and colored her with Copic markers. I adhered her to the scallop circle, and this is the same paper. It's that color on that side and the yellow on the other side. And so then I'm just going to glue her down to the yellow paper, like so. And then I'm going to kind of eyeball the back about halfway. Put some glue on there, like so. We're going to bring this card back over, close it up, and then I like to get her down pretty close to the edge, and she's going to go right there. And you can see the card will open up. Easy, right? Okay, a couple of final steps. The spoon, I did the same thing as I did with the coffee cup. So you can see that it was a piece of chipboard, and I just put glue on it, pressed it down on the paper, allowed it to dry, and then I came in and I trimmed it out. And that's how I made the spoon. And I'm just going to put a couple drops of glue on there. And I'm going to put it up here, kind of at an angle. And don't worry too much about that excess glue that's showing on the paper. The great thing about this glue is it dries totally clear. So it's fine. And then you can see here that I just cut a strip of manila paper, and then I stamped the sentiment on there, and I trimmed the ends to create this little tag. And I'm going to do, oops, the same thing. I am getting sloppy with the glue today. Okay. And I'm going to glue that down. Alright, we are almost done. You can see how it's coming together. When I first made it, this is pretty much how I had it, but I thought, it needs a little bit more. And I had all this gorgeous ribbon that came with the kit, so I figured a little bit more must be some ribbon. Now my fingers are all sticky from the glue, but we're going to try and do this. Okay, I'm going to turn it because I am working sideways, if you can't tell, and I can tie a bow better this way. Alright, you're basically just going to tie a bow with the yellow ribbon. I got that a little too tight. Sorry, my fingers are sticky from the glue, so I'm having trouble tying the bows without my fingers sticking to it. Well, that actually turned out pretty well. Alright, to get that great ends on them, we're going to bring the ribbons together, the ends, like so, and just cut. So there's our first bow, and then we're going to tie the other bow right underneath there. Oops, sorry. I hope I'm in the camera. My last video I was out of the camera quite a bit, and I'm trying to do better this time. So hopefully you're seeing everything that I'm showing you. Again, we're just going to tie another bow using this rust-colored ribbon. Get them a little bit even. When you're happy with that, put them together at the ends, and you're done. So again, here's your card, and it says, "I love you more than coffee," and you open it up, and there is no life before coffee. So if I love you more than coffee, you know there's no life without you. So that is today's very cute fancy fold card using the February Creative Cafe card kit from the Rubber Cafe. I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. Remember, you can go to the blog and get all the measurements and lots of other photos to look at, and I hope you'll give it a try. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.